So we have some breaking news. There was just a terrifying incident aboard a Southwest Airlines flight, and it could have ended in disaster. Flight 1496 had just taken off from Burbank, headed to Las Vegas, when it suddenly nosedived mid-air to avoid a collision. Passengers say people were launched from their seats, hitting the ceiling. Children were screaming, adults panicking. One person described it as feeling like they were on the Tower of Terror at Disney, only this wasn't a ride. One flight attendant reportedly hit her head and looked dazed. Another was so shaken, he announced that he was quitting right then and there. And then the pilot came on the intercom and confirmed what many people kind of feared, saying, "We almost collided with another plane. We lost contact with air traffic control." Now, this is coming off when just 4 days ago, another plane, passenger jet, almost collided with a B-52 somewhere near North Dakota. Let me be clear. There is no reason, none, that two planes should ever get that close in the sky. Not with modern radar, not with proper ATC protocols, not in 2025. This was not a turbulence thing. This was a system failure, a near disaster. Passengers say it felt like they dropped 20 to 30 feet in the air, and it happened so fast, no one had time to react. Southwest hasn't confirmed any full details yet, but people are already posting about it online.
All right, y'all. Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier in the skies, here we go again. From wild turbulence sending folks to the hospital to engine failure, we're back with part 2 of what's going on in the skies. If you fly often, this one might have you second guessing that aisle seat. So let's start with United Airlines, because they had tech disaster this week. Out of nowhere, a glitch hit their system that handled all the back end stuff that keep planes running smooth.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Flights got delayed at major airports like Newark, Chicago, and Denver. Passengers were frustrated, stranded, and started blasting United Airlines on social media. The issue got fixed, but for a while, it was pure chaos.
Absolutely, Tanya and Terrell. And so far, there are 37 canceled United flights, 21 delays out of O'Hare this morning after one of the largest airlines in the world grinded to a halt last night. Take a look. Thousands of passengers were stuck on planes, stranded on the tarmac here at O'Hare for hours as more than 1,000 flights were delayed and dozens canceled. Just after 5 p.m., a system at United Airlines that calculates weight and balance and also tracks flight times went out, triggering ground stops from Newark and Denver to Houston and Chicago.
Same week, another United plane had to declare Mayday. This one was headed to Munich. It took off from Dulles, and about 30 minutes in, engine failure. The pilot had to dump the fuel and circle back before landing safely. Now, remember in part 1, we already talked about a guy on a Delta flight trying to open the emergency door, a woman running for the cockpit mid-flight, and shout out to Miss Nikki, who held her down before it got worse. An American airline plane that had to evacuate the runway after smoke started filling the cabin. And let's not forget the Delta Airlines plane that had turbulence that injured 25 people.
Oh.
Plus, Southwest dodging a full-on collision by just 500 feet. Like, what's going on up there? Honestly, it's starting to feel like something new hits the news every week. Planes having close calls, passengers losing their minds, airlines scrambling with tech and maintenance trouble. We've got overcrowded airways, staffing shortages, older planes, and let's be real, a lot of people flying who just don't know how to act. People online are torn. Some are like, it's still safer to fly than it is to drive. And that could be true. But others are like, nah, I need answers. This is getting out of hand. Some are calling for stricter penalties for unruly passengers. Others think airlines need to be better with their tech and have more transparency when things go sideways. And a lot of folks are saying it's time for air marshals to come back full time. So what's the fix? Well, I think it's layered. Tech upgrades, tighter screening and training, stricter enforcement for people who wild out mid-air, more crew support so they're not doing 5 jobs at once. And maybe people need to chill, respect the space, and realize flying ain't the time to act crazy. Bottom line, something's got to give. Whether if it's turbulence or just people acting out, flying in 2025 just seems way different. We'll keep watching these stories unfold. So hit subscribe if you want the real updates and drop your wildest flight story in the comments.